Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DCO show! Whoa, wait,
What?
wrong. Ha! Wow, 2 weeks off.
Wrong podcast.
Wow,
Wrong podcast.
Phil must be thinking about me. Wow.
Wrong podcast.
I was all hyped, ready to go. I'm like, we're back. My voice is okay. DCO show. Wait, that's not their show. That's not our show. Phil must be thinking about me. I might have to message him on Facebook now.
You're thinking about Phil.
Maybe I am thinking about Phil. I do miss Phil. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DCO SourceCast. Yes, SourceCast. Brittany, I am not drunk, even though it is this time of year. My buddy Stevie B from Nerds of the Apocalypse, he has his father's recipe for eggnog. And the fact that I don't have a nice milk gallon, the big gallon, a big jug of eggnog yet, I am really depressed. Because I really want some now. I'm actually going to have to text him right now because I want me some eggnog and see where that train's going. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DCO SourceCast. Along beside me on the interwebs, we have Superpatriot.
Well, what's up, everybody?
And beside him over via internet is Vagrant Gaming.
What's up, guys?
So, I saw Decom point out earlier, we have nicknames thanks to Twitter. I am, of course, Missile Trex, and we have Uppity Patriot. So,
You can call me Humbug. Super Humbug.
Super Humbug! Alright, so Vagrant, what's your holiday themed name?
What's my holiday theme name?
Yeah.
I don't think really anything fits with my name.
I want to go... Doesn't Vagrant, isn't there a reindeer close to your name?
Vixen?
Vagrant Vixen? We have to work on this!
I don't know.
Gingerbread! Michael Grid, there you go, gingerbread. Boom! Michael Grid to the rescue.
People watching don't even know I have red hair.
That's because we haven't put the cameras back yet. I'm working on that.
That's true.
But, gingerbread. I like it. We can call you Gingy. Now we need a Shrek. We need a Shrek now. Vagrant the Snowman. I love that we are getting names for you. Absolutely love it. And Super Humbug. My God. So, we really happy to be back this week. We took Thanksgiving off. Let's go around the table. How's everybody's Thanksgiving, Super Patriot?
It was good. It was good. Good. Stuffed. Got stuffed.
Did you get the itis?
And then miserable. And then I went into a turkey coma for about 4 hours.
Nice. Vagrant, how about yourself? Did you come to Columbia and didn't tell me?
No.
Okay.
No, that was like a week prior.
That's true.
The week that she went away somewhere, I actually did go up to Columbia. But no, I had a good Thanksgiving. It was fun. Ate too much. I think everybody ate too much.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of Thanksgiving. You're supposed to eat too much.
That's right. Yeah, my Thanksgiving was okay. I battled the entire day of Thanksgiving. I had the house to myself, and I was playing video games while drinking Dayquil.
Well.
Yes, I spent.
That sounds like a party.
That's like the best me party ever. So yeah, I took some naps that day, but it was basically I was sick the entire time of Thanksgiving break. I had 4 days off of work. I was sick all 4 days, but I got out. I had the energy to do stuff. I just couldn't breathe in order to do some of those stuff. So I spent Thanksgiving Day away from family. I saw my important family, like my grandfather. I saw him the day before, wore a mask, and was like, "Grandpa, how you doing?" Oh, so I want him to catch a cold. I was really respectful. He's like pushing 80-ish. But really happy I saw some of my family, and I hope you guys have a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. If you have Indian relatives, or Native American, really, I am so sorry. I'm not sorry, because, well, half of me is sorry. The other half, I didn't want to come here either. I just didn't. So,
Gotta
really,
bring it to race.
I did. You have to. I try to be equal amongst everyone. Excuse me. As you see, I'm still getting some. I still have stuff in my throat. It's coming out. It's coming out sooner or later. So let's go ahead and stop it. Stop it. So let's go ahead and talk about Friday Night Legends tonight. So everything about tonight, the one thing I got away from it was the fact that my boy Tharkus was on FNL tonight with his league. Was it League or Legion? I can never remember. I think it's League. Omnipotent.
Legion on the villain side. They're called Legions on the villain side.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, so they're on their hero team, the Omnipotent, and they were the first league to come in for the new PvE challenge. The Trigon is, what's it really called again? So Trigon.
Trigon's Prison.
Thank you.
Prison.
Thank you.
Trex doesn't know because he hasn't been able to run that instance yet.
I ran the instance. It was survival mode I didn't run. God.
The survival mode.
I'm talking about the alert.
Oh, I ran the alert. I have the gear to prove it, sir. So they're the first ones to really go into this new thing, switching up between doing the Batman and Lex Luthor. Now we get to take out the Sons of Trigon. Worked out pretty well. How far did they get? I know they reached.
I think it was 103, right?
I know they went over 100 because they were like breezing through everything.
I thought it was 104, but I might be mistaken.
I think they got to 104, but they wiped at 104.
Okay.
They beat 103.
So, really happy that they were the first. They got to 104. Thank you, Muzura. I'm gonna go with that. So they got to 104. Cool. So, nothing really sneaky that Jens was able to leak besides his time in Germany when that one time they went to Gamescom.
I couldn't believe he just kept going on about it. It was funny.
Yeah, he wanted to tell his whole experience.
and
everything about Germany.
Yes, apparently that they don't have mustard, which, ew. Just ew. So, that was a little bit trippy. Just, you're watching the game and all of a sudden we're talking about Germany. It's like, what's going on? Talking about schnitzels and Wienerhausen. Now, what Tharkus said, I can never, ever pronounce it, and I try to speak German, or at least I tried to do beforehand. There was the place in Vegas that we went to, a bunch of us went to that Brohausen or something in Vegas. First time there, I did have a schnitzel, and I could not finish it.
That's what she said.
Stop it. and I had the beer, and first off, I got like a medium, and I should have gotten a large, but the medium was like great, really, really great beer. And the schnitzel, I was like, I didn't know what this was. But it was a chicken sandwich, and it was like, the thing was huge. As a black guy, I could not finish a chicken sandwich. I couldn't finish it. Just couldn't. I was right. I looked at it just halfway through. I'm like, I'm stuffed. I can't eat no more. But it was so.
Did you say mo?
Nope.
Eat no mo.
Yeah,
Can't eat no more. Can't eat no more.
He did.
I'm getting into the holidays.
The southerner in him definitely came out.
You know. So, but it was a really great time in Vegas once again, and really great showing for Omnipotent tonight. They did give a little bit about next week. Next week's FNL, they're going to have Nerd of Prey, good old SJ on. And this entire week, if you're not following SJ, Nerd of Prey on the Twitter, for the love of Lex, go follow her on Twitter. She was giving out so much good teasing about the voiceover work that she was doing this week. She even gave out a little sample of the script, and it was magnificent. A little tease of the script.
Susan Eisenberg was talking about it a lot too. I can't remember who the other person was.
It's the one who voices Cersei. I think his name was Michelle.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was the woman that voices Hera.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah. So, it was really cool. We're gonna get her on FNL next week. So please bring your questions about the voiceover work or any of the script or any of the story. Don't get too spoilery, but come in, watch FNL next week, and try and see what she slips up. She might give a little yin slip up. Yeah, Michelle Forbes.
She always does.
Yeah, it was Michelle Forbes does the voice for Cersei. Thank you, Aaron. She showed the Cersei script that Michelle had to say. It was really cool. Then what else happened on FNL? In 2 weeks on the 19th, we have the USPC. What's the actual FNL tour for the 19th, Soups? What did Kurtzbringer come up with?
I think we was just doing I think it's free for all.
Yeah, it's the Bah Humbug Brawl.
Yeah, it's gonna be a free for all. We're trying to come up. We're sitting here. Me, Kurtzbringer, and Mess. We're sitting here trying to cook up a holiday themed style. For FNL, and I, beyond the whole, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg thing. I couldn't think of anything for it. So basically, now I did come up with a good idea though, which I need to go back and look at so I can remember what it was. But
there you go.
It was, not for this time around. So basically, we're just like, maybe the most fun, would be, just let everybody pick whatever, freaking tune they want to use. So.
So, we got the Baham Brawl coming in, and coming in 2 weeks on the 19th. So, the signups are open over at fnltour.challenge.com. So, please get your team signed up, join in on the fun for that. It's going to be some wicked cool things. And then the tentative date. And I'm saying tentative because
let's say something real quick about the PC FNL.
Oh, please, yes. Sorry, go ahead.
I got a little flack after previous show about me kind of calling out the PC guys for not where are the PvPers at on the PC type thing. I get what y'all are saying. I wasn't saying trying to say that PvP, nobody PvPs on PC side or anything like that. I know there's PvPers out there. I know why the majority of you do not sign up for FNL.
We won't say, but we know.
I'm just saying. If you guys think you can do it, man.
And at the same time, you never know. I mean, the upset that we had last time with the lower seeds getting all the way up to the semis was fantastic. So you never know until you try. And what does it take? What does it take? An hour of your Friday night? What else are you going to do? You're going to play the game. Wouldn't you want to play the game and be known on the internet for playing a video game? That's what we all want. That's what we're doing now. We're talking about a video game on the internet to be known about playing this game on the internet. I'm going to meta Inception right now. My brain's fried. Someone else talk. It hurts. It hurts. So, like I was saying, the tentative date for Game Update 43 is next week, probably on a Tuesday, because that's how they roll. But next week is a tentative date for Game Update 43, which is still on test server right now, so you can still get some testing in, guys, to try and stomp out the little bugs that might creep up at the launch, which we know they will creep up, but we try our best. So, Game Update 43 coming out next week, tentatively. It may change, may not. Hopefully, cross our fingers, it works. Meps did tweet out a picture. Sadly enough, I don't have that picture because XSplit was not being my friend earlier today. He did post a picture of how the devs do their playtest for the next raid in the DLC. I don't know if you guys saw this. It was basically Larry. We saw Larry rocking out on his controller in the corner, and then Locke overseeing everything. And then in the back, we had a woman laughing her head off. And I want to know what was so funny. That's what I want to know. And Decon, if you have a picture, I would greatly appreciate linking it if you can, because I do not have it. But yeah, it was just them doing a little play test on these nice little stations for the game. So be sure to also follow DCUO on the Twitter, because they tweet out pictures like that. You never know. Thank you, Decon. I'll actually let me see if I can actually get show the picture on XSplit for you guys, because I'm a nice guy like that. Oh, let's blow it up. All right, yeah, there it is. Just in case you guys haven't seen it yet. There it is. You got Larry Liberty right over here on the right. Just chilling, working, just wrecking it out. Probably doing his best as a controller, because, he's actually a pretty badass controller from what I've heard. And then we have Locke right here, just I don't know if he's playing, or I guess he's playing, but to me,
I want to say he's playing, because let's see, there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, he might be looking over, because let's see, there's 5 people in the picture, but there's only 4 computers.
Yeah, as far as we can see, yeah. I mean, it looks like he might have a controller. For one thing, his posture is really bad. You don't want to actually lean over like that. You want to keep your back straight, because it's bad for your posture. Oh
my God, really?
What? I'm just saying. I care for him. Okay, I worry for his back, for his health. For everyone's health. Mepson in chat saying that they're all playing. It's all 8 players. There's another half of the room. So Meps, that means that your iPhone needs to be able to do the panoramic. That's what should be able to be do. You should be able to use the panoramic feature on your phone. I mean, Apple finally jumped on board. It's like, you know what? We'll do panoramic now. Androids had it forever.
You have Meps, do you have a square cell phone? Is that why the picture's like that then?
It's probably weird. Yeah, it's weird like that because of Twitter. Here's the original picture. Twitter, my screen did that. There's the original picture. There you go. Players often ask what playtest and raids with Dev, Locke, and Co. looks like. It's a bit dark. I will have to agree. It was pretty dark. And then you would see stuff you aren't supposed to see. Oh, touche, sir. Touche. So he's still trying to keep secrets. So what I actually want to bring up is this video that we're going to show you guys. Let me get another screen capture for that going. So what we're going to talk about first is a neat little video that was posted onto the forums. It's talking about the UI broker. The UI changes coming for the broker. It's a work in progress. Let's go ahead and get the screen boomed up and let's play it. It's like 4 minutes, so bear with us.
Yeah, it's not too long.
No.
Are you're gonna have it silenced, or are you gonna actually?
It's gonna be silenced. It's gonna be silenced. Vagrant, why don't you bring us in with it a little bit?
Okay. So I actually watched this. I think it was 2 nights ago. or a night ago. Like, when was it posted? Because I think I was late to the party on it because I actually saw the work in progress post on it.
I think it was 2 nights ago.
Sweet.
I think it was 2 days ago because I watched it yesterday.
Not too late then. Okay. From what I've seen, they're making the UI look really pretty. Almost everything like glows in some way now or has some sort of effect going on. Whether or not players are going to like that, we'll have to see. I think most of the feedback for this was really good though. I mean, like look at the top where it says broker. It's kind of moving. I like all the UI that I see here. You can actually see a really long list. It doesn't look like it's going to glitch like it does at the moment. Like right now, I absolutely hate the auction house UI because when you go to the different pages or you scroll too fast, you'll get a lot of error messages. And it seems like the search feature is way better. All the topics that you can go down is just 10 times better. I really do like the way that the UI is shaping up to be. So I really can't wait for this to drop at some point. Whether or not some more features can get put in is up to everyone who, says stuff on the forums for work in progress. Like one of the things I really want them to do, because it just wasn't really put in to the fullest extent when they did update the auction house, when they put in updated the usable by me feature for collections, where it would only show collections you haven't collected yet. They never did that for R&D plans. You can still see R&D plans that you've already researched. So technically they're not usable by you. So
and right now there's a glitch on live right now with the broker where you can't see anything that is tier 6 related unless you click off the usable by me.
Wow.
Yeah. FE6s, tier 6 plans. 6 expert plans you can't see.
I think it's even tier 5 plans you can't see either. Because I haven't been able to see tier 5 plans.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, everything just looks really clean. At least compared to our old UI, like I literally can't wait for this to drop. Every time I watch one of these updates for the UI, it just looks better and better in my opinion. They even have I really like this what they're showing right here. They're basically showing a graph of the price change history of current items. Like you can go ahead and click on an item and it'll show you the fluctuating history of its price over its average, its low, and its peak price. I think that's really cool.
I can't wait to see that on PlayStation.
Oh my god!
It's gonna go all over the place.
It's gonna be all over, dude. Especially like when a new aura comes in.
Oh my god! Booster bundle weekend is gonna be like.
Brady's gonna make bank.
Massive freaking spike. Its first 2 days, and then a massive dip, and then a massive spike. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see right now they're showing their search function. You'll have 2 ways to actually search in the bars. You'll have a dedicated advanced search function and then a search bar that you see in the top right. And you can actually see a preview. I think to actually purchase it, it'll bring up that menu to show what it looks like on your character, if it's like a style or something. And then you can confirm or press back. What I'd like to see is like style items that you don't have collected, whether it's an armor piece or a consumable style piece that's searchable, or kind of like how they do collections. I'd also like that. I think really anything that's consumable that's either usable or not usable by you should be broken down further. I think if they can update that, the auction house would be pretty much perfect, because this looks really good in my opinion.
I will agree. It is very sleek for me. I'm not going to say I don't use the broker that much, but I did drool a bit. I had to wipe it. Maybe it was because I was still sick. But the transparency behind it is still very nice. Sadly enough, it does take up the entire screen. In my eyes, it just can't be helped, especially with all the information that you have there. I mean, the time remaining is like down to freaking minutes. The price, the level, that level column is irking me a bit. And again, this is all still work in progress. This is not a finalized look. But that add new listing right there in the center just needs to be shifted over to the right. So it's like not, because there's so much empty space right there in the center. It's kind of an eyesore. Now, and here inside, inside here in the listings now, I mean, like you said, with the graph, with the item purchase history, you know, I don't play the auction house game at all, or even the broker game. That is just like too much information for my little brain. For the people who can read it and understand it, and your grade in economics, have at thee, sir, or madam, have at thee. But it does. But showing the current listings, the low, the high, and then the average is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Because I can tell you now, in WoW, we have an add-on for that. An add-on for that. And the gamers are going to have it installed into the game. Thank you. Thank you, devs. Thank you.
See, the only thing that, I mean, and this isn't really a concern of mine, but I know as like, if I was like new coming into the game, or if I was like looking to do this for like my, you know, my alts or something like that, is there's no way to search for, like, okay, like, you know, they showed how to search for, you know, the armor and everything like that. You know, it's like you want to have, he was talking in the video about wanting to have like a complete, you know, set that had burning in the name.
Yeah.
You know, but that's great and all, but there's no way to search for the style, the specific style.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking to complete out the voodoo style or the druid style or the jockey style or something like, or, you know, those styles and everything that you know, everybody's like, most people have been playing since launch, have completed out ages ago. But if I wanted to go complete those out for an alt, you know, I didn't want to feed unlock the style. I actually want that style, like the Tech Ninja hands, you know, because they got those claws on there, look like, you know, Wolverines. You know, if I wanted those for a specific alt, you know, there's, you know, without knowing the name of that armor piece and all that, I would have to, like, you know, scroll through all the hand styles until I found it.
I will second that altogether. That is a great addition, because when you right click on the name, you can do an advanced search like Vagrant said, and I think having an option for styles would be a fantastic idea. Even having a tab, or not really a tab, but in the main listing here, like beside level, move the level over a bit and put the style name, and the style listing is going to be in that list as well.
That or make the usable by me eliminate all the styles that you have completed.
Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah.
That would make the usable by me 10 times more effective, and pretty much therefore make it the auction house perfect. Because that would eliminate plans that you've used or researched, all collections that you've collected, or styles that you've collected.
Now, another addition that I would like to see for the broker, and it's still the collections. When they have the collections here in this example of how the broker is now, it's split between Gotham and Metropolis. That's cool, but that doesn't help. It somewhat helps, but it doesn't really do much. I think having more selections for the collections, especially the collections that you have collected, still needing that option. That option is probably the #1 requested feature for the broker. The #1. And if they can implement that, I will give those two devs who are on the video, I will send them cupcakes. It's recorded. It's said. Meps is here as a witness, probably, if he's still listening. I know Spord listens, so Spord's a witness too. I will get them cupcakes if we can get the collection search better. Where if we've already collected that collection, it's not in the list. In the My Listings, it's the usable by me, whatever you want to call it. Make the collection much better. I think that's the one thing that everyone goes into the broker for, is for the collections. That's really the only time I go in there.
Yeah. And can I just want to put out a special request. I don't know if you guys have this issue on the PC
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that, but everybody out there, okay, heroes and villains, because I've seen on the Villain Broker too, okay. There's no need to complete the collections out for the Watchtower if you're a villain, or the Hall of Doom if you're a hero, because both those collections give the same item, and neither of them count towards the feat for the opposing role. So, or for the opposing faction. So if you're a villain, you don't have to complete the Watchtower collection. If you're a hero, you don't have to complete the Hall of Doom collection. They don't go towards the feat. You get the same item from regardless. So if you guys could stop putting them in the freaking broker for an exorbitant amount of money, all right, because it's pointless. Nobody's going to buy them. Nobody's going to buy them.
Unless you're
And
Brittany.
all they do is clutter up. All they do is clutter up the broker. Brittany's not going to buy them. She's smarter than that. That's why she's got $1 billion.
It's throwaway money.
Talk about, yeah. Someone wanted to talk about merging the two auction houses, so you see your opposite factions listings, no matter what faction you're on at the moment.
That would make things a lot easier for people who like are searching for a specific item,
Collection.
especially like a collection, or they wants the cyborg hands, the cyborg hand blasters. They don't have to go to the villain side to look on the broker form.
I will say that idea, with the population that we have right now, especially on the villain side, combine the brokers like that, I second that. I third it. Thrice. I thrice it. I'm going with that.
Not to mention collections. If it's only going to be Gotham Metropolis, they need to add in Gotham Wastelands, Central City, Gotham Under Siege, and Metropolis Battle Zone. Underneath all of those.
Oh, for sorting them?
Yeah. Even though they're all technically variations of Gotham and Metropolis, except for Central City, it would be a lot easier to find it all.
The chat is really, really agreeing with the merger of the brokers. So I'm not saying you all cupcakes.
A lot of people.
I don't think the broker was designed that way, so they probably can't do it.
That's true.
I mean, if they listen to us, they would. Feedback says that they want it for sure.
I wasn't designed that way, so it's not happening.
Stop it! I know exactly what you're pulling. Stop it. I can tell you right now, guys, go into the forums. If you guys do like the idea, go to the forums, create a thread. MEP says it's noted, but go ahead and get the rest of the community initiated on this. If you guys want the brokers merged and you want to have a nice discussion about it, thanks for bringing the discussion here. But go to the forums, make the thread, let the devs and everyone take a look at it and give their thoughts. So, take it to the forums. Huzzah! So that is the work in progress new broker interface. If you guys want to listen to, I can't really remember their names, and I'm really sorry for that. But go watch the video, listen to them. They give a little insight, a little better than we. It's only 4 minutes of your time, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Note here from MEPS here, we can do anything with enough time. We can't do everything, so we have to decide what is worth time and what is not. So.
All right, then don't give us lame excuses of why you can't do it right now. Say you can't do it right now, I will perfectly accept that. I am perfectly willing to accept that answer.
He will accept anything right now, but not the cupcakes.
You give me an answer and it says no, it's not designed that way, so it's not going to happen. No. No.
So, a little bit of discussion, and I know we're going to talk about a couple of other things as well. But Decon, who is a great guy, one of my moderators in my eyes, he's my #1 moderator. Love your grid. But I mean, I always go Decon is the greatest. Even though he's really mean to me on Twitter. Like, he's so mean, and yet it's like, why do I treat him as my number one? It's crazy. Because people pick on me. But he was nice enough to bring he brings links of threads to my attention that we normally have discussions on Twitter about, or I actually bring them onto the show. He's really good at it, and I thank you, Decon, for that, for your service. Salute. So what I actually want to bring up is this neat little thread. Oop. Let me screen capture, because screen captures are awesome. There. Screen capture this bad boy. So this is a thread that Decon brought to me. It's really entitled "Could we craft higher level interfaces, catalysts, and soda cola enhancers?" Now, this thread is actually it's around the cash cap incident, because there's another thread that he linked to me. It was a cash cap thread.
Yes, the increased cash cap for premium. You know, mining has resurfaced.
Yes, it has. And like Decon says, it's that time of the year again when the cash cap threads come back. It's always around Christmas or major holidays. So here's the thread. Truth be told, plans above supplies 3 and equipment mods 1 are relatively useless for premium players as we cannot buy the materials to craft them. True statement. So, would it be acceptable for there to be plans to craft higher level interfaces, catalysts, and soda color enhancers? The downside being that it should technically cost more to craft these items, but each material needed either costing less than 2,000 or creatable itself or dropped. Any thoughts?
I am completely for this.
I
am completely for this.
Agreed.
Especially if some of the materials required to make these things are simple materials. So much simple, it's like ridiculous.
We will donate so much simple material. Just if you're premium, you can trade. You can trade as a premium, right? Yes. So I mean, you know, I'm speaking as a member here. I am a miser with my money. All right, I am a miser. I really want to sing right now.
I know. When I'm queuing up arenas, I will sit outside, and people in my league joke on me about this, and especially guys in my league who haven't even completed the feed out yet, which cracks me up. I will still sit outside the PDs and, you know, collect the wanted posters while I'm queuing up arenas, just for the free sodas. So, you know, I don't have to buy as many extremes when I go to make sodas. It's one of my ways of saving money. I still like trash drops, the gray drops and everything. I sell those I sell all that to a vendor. I mean, yeah, it's only like $7, but hey, you know, that's $7 more that I've got. I don't care. I am a huge miser with my money on this game. So if there's some way where, you know, I can like save money on, you know, making soda enhancers or making equipment interfaces, I am down for it.
Yeah.
I am completely down for that.
Yeah.
Especially if it'll help me get my my R&D create feed done.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't have my 10,000. I'm working on my 10,000 right now. I'm about 1,800 away.
Yeah, and I will agree. I mean, even though I don't do the R&D thing, I don't do the crafting. I mean, even for me as a member, it is a little expensive to do those kinds of things, and this does help out the players who want to do this, who want to do the crafting, and are premium to be able to experience that crafting method. So, and like Lady Lightning says, the cap can stay where it is. The stuff only needs to be made cheaper. Agreed. I do agree. See, Catmon just is starting it, Soups. He's starting things.
What's he doing?
He typed in the lyrics,
yeah.
Man. I got the itch. So So, it's not really a cash cap thread. This is a thread that recognizes the cash cap limit and offers a great solution around it for players who want to do the crafting. So, Ion Hero, kudos, sir. DCUO, kudos. I don't know what to call it. Trex, kudos. There you go. Trex, kudos. They mean absolutely nothing. So, so that's really it. There was an update. I'll actually go to the forums about. There was an update on the game update 43 from the test server. We'll probably talk a little bit more about that next week when and if game update 43 comes out. I do want to point out that Locke did come onto the test, went to the test server. He made a little thread that apparently I can't find. I feel like the PC. I feel like the PC. Oh wait, no, I'm not logged in. That's why. Oh.
Should be either in PC update notes or testing feedback.
I think it's in testing feedback. Let me go to testing feedback.
Talking about game update 43 updates.
Wow, I actually just noticed that the PC test update notes is separate from the testing
they
feedback.
Finally separated them.
Look at Meps is getting really progressive with the forums. Really progressive. So, game update 43 updates. Locke came onto the forums, into the thread, and saw that people are doing great conversating, great comments, but they're apparently missing some stuff that might have not been recognized by people. So let's take a look at what those are. What could be coming in game update 43 that people should be testing, which people are testing. I know they are. We have some great testers. We do. He got yelled at, so he fixed it. Aww. Mep shouldn't be getting yelled at. That's not nice. Was it?
Meps, you tell them those are your forums. They're there to play at your. They're invited to play at your pleasure. All right.
And before we go, can we also point out that Jens definitely bought the same glasses that Meps did? Those were simply identical.
They did really look very similar.
Yeah. And people were actually calling Jens Meps' father. Luckily, he's not taking feedback. You are, sir. That you are. Because you deal with us on a regular basis. But it's your fault because you put us there. So, here are a couple things that Locke wanted to point out to make sure that people knew that they were there. One, the boosted orbital strike and the supply drop effects now have a minimum CR requirement. Boost 1 requires 53 or higher, Boost 2 requires 70 or higher, and Boost 3 requires 86 or higher. Due to the way purchasing costs are scaled for mainframe boosts, these CR requirements won't really affect the average player, us three, of their advancement toward the top tiers of play. Consumable items. Most consumable items with a ranking of tier 2 and above have a minimum CR requirement. Consumable items that cause self-healing only, specifically the soda colas, may still be used if you do not meet the CR requirement. But the amount of health and power, the amount of health and power they restore will be capped to maximum qualified tier. Nice job there, Vagrant. Good job there, Gingerbread. Breaking our ears over here with your backspace. I can only guess it was backspace. I don't know. That's only
doing a Control F.
So, and then next is the following abilities will now grant supercharge regen for 4 seconds when hitting a target as part of the advanced mechanic, which is advanced mechanic stuff. Game update 43, yay! Gadgets, paralyzing dart and EMP pulse, fire, flame cascade, mass det, ice, arctic gust and avalanche, and mental, mass levitation and mass terror. And then finally, when might-based advanced mechanics, you now gain an additional 5% chance to crit and 25% crit damage for all superpowers to balance against the passive weapon attack crit bonuses received from purchasing weapon mastery traits. Any comments?
As far as the consumables and the sodas are concerned, I mean, I don't really see myself, wasting, ultras on my, CR53s tunes. So, I mean, but I can see where they're coming at with making that restriction, putting that restriction in there. Simply because, I mean, one, a CR53 doesn't need to be drinking ultras anyways, because that's like twice as much health and power as they're gonna have.
In MMOs, we call that overhealing.
Yeah. So it's like not really. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue for me because I wouldn't be wasting those kind of sodas on my alts. But at the same time, I can see where they want to kind of in a way, especially for some powers and players, in a way, it's a limiting factor. So it could add a little bit to difficulty because they don't have these uber sodas to use to help them get through Kondak.
Well, it's supposed to. It's ever since I think it was one of the early game updates, and once they put in like the CR lock where you need to be a certain CR to access certain vendors. They've been trying to limit content skipping, and more or less they're almost at the point of where it's nearly getting impossible to content skip which is good because the idea is that players are supposed to play at a progressive, fluid way that basically they go from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6. It's not supposed to be where as soon as you hit level 30, you have someone walk you into Paradox Wave, you get 30,000 marks of triumph, all of a sudden you're tier blah blah blah, because even though you have to buy tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, armor all the way through, you are skipping content still. They're trying to prevent all of that. So I wouldn't really be surprised if it gets even more stricter in the future. Because they made it to where
they have fixed the walk-in issue though, that you were just talking about there with getting the marks and everything. Getting walked into those instances and stuff. So I mean they have done that, but in regards to making it more linear to where like you said, you have to progress through tier 1 content, you have to progress through tier 2 content. Then I mean they are doing that, and this should help, or at least this is definitely part of that. In regards to, because right now it's I have a member of my league who she was able to get on an alt and get herself to level 30, and then in 2 days she's able to get into level more content.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I mean, yeah.
It's a lot of replaying, and that's a lot of someone basically running her through content.
It's a lot of replaying. It's a lot of it's a lot of going through the motions, and some of it's being carried too. Some of it's being carried as well. But I mean, but yeah, I mean it's still really easy to get to skip content and CRs and everything like that. So it's I don't as far as what they're going to do with that, the only thing they can do with that, in my opinion, is reduce the CR amount of drop gear. Mm-hmm. That's the only way they can do it. That's the only way I can think of they can actually do that. Reduce the CR amount of drop gear, and you don't have to worry about people being able to skip CRs as much.
Really, what people are skipping content so fast is from they hit level 30, and they got 2 or 3 friends that are CR 107. plus, and they're like, all right, hey guys, I just hit level 30. Run me through all the tier 1 stuff in like 5 seconds, real quick.
Yeah.
No efforts put on their part, and they're getting all the marks of triumph they need, and they're just climbing the ranks really fast in a couple days. That's where the real content skipping is coming from. It's once they actually have a solution for that, which I honestly wouldn't even know what to suggest for that, because players are always going to want to be able to steamroll through content, because it is fun every now and then, but it is basically ruining the progression that is supposed to be there.
I mean, they could make it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only solution I can think of is have a limiting factor in there that prohibits, people grouping up for content for like Smallville, like three CR 109s can't group up with a CR 40 to go in and run Smallville. That's the only thing I can think of.
Longer though.
Yeah, I know. That's but see, that's one thing that kills me about it. So, I mean, because I queue up when I'm looking to just like plug into something, but I don't want to go to LFG. I'll queue up for something, but that's only if I've got like other things that I can do at the time, like go and do the open world stuff in Battle Zone. I'll go do this open world stuff, and I'll sit in a queue and wait to go run Zamaron, and I've got no problem doing that. But if I want to run the alert right now, I'm going to go to LFG. The people who just queue up for things rather than putting groups together, I cannot wrap my head around why people do that.
I'm lazy. And I like to pull the trigger. I go bang bang. That's basically it. I mean, I literally go to.
Is it simply just that? I mean, is it really just simple laziness as to why people,
why people sit in a queue for hours?
Yeah, why sit in a queue for like half an hour, just sitting there doing nothing? When you could probably go to LFG and find a group in like 10 minutes.
Well,
granted, it's a lot of it's got to do with population. I fully admit that. But
me personally, I do use the LFG a lot. Not the channel. I queue in. I queue in for everything. Mainly because I do like to pull the trigger and take the gamble. Most of the time. Other times I don't like to really type to people. I just when I queue in, I walk around and do my dailies. I'm doing weird random stuff, doing solo content myself, and then when a queue pops, a queue pops.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then I just
like I said, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and if I'm done with everything and the queue still didn't pop, I will make the conscious choice to go into LFG. If not, I really just move on with my day. I probably log on alt and do something else.
That's why. Never mind.
I mean,
I was gonna bust on you a little bit. But
oh no! Please, trust me. I am still super pissed. The fact that I'm still 104. I mean, I am still mad. I have not tasted this content besides what I've done on test to help find bugs. No, I get on live and I'm like, oh, I want to touch Star Sapphires legally. I want to touch them legally. I want to get in trouble. I'm not getting the space police on me, but I want that content, and I can't do it another gripe, a big gripe for me is the fact that I can't buy my tier 5 synthetic mods for my Marks of Fury. I have to have 15k Marks of Triumph. I don't have 15k Marks of Triumph, okay? I have rent. I have children my trinkets and my mods.
That's like one Paradox or Nexus run.
See, those two places I just don't go. But you're right. I actually need to get back into those raids because I have stuff I need to fix. But no, I mean I miss that I have this Marks of Fury, and I want to spend Marks of Fury on my tier 5 mods. Not even the experts. I don't care about experts. I don't do experts. For God's sakes, I do synthetic mods. Expert does not do anything for me. It does not entice me at the least. I just want my mods so I can put 2 new mods in and get my CR up. That's all I need is 2. Well, probably 3.
You know what you could do. What you could do is, well, it won't get your CR up, but what you could do is, if you're looking for the stats and everything, is buy the mods from the PvP vendor. You get the experts.
Stop it. Stop it.
Well,
Stop it now.
You gotta have PvP CR 99 to see the tier 6 experts.
Oh man, you just doubly screwed on that.
I just want my tier 5. I want my tier 5 regular.
Yeah, Dark Knight's got a good point. What's more important? Your kids are saving the world. Come on, man.
Well, it depends on which child. Are we talking about Jody or Kyle? It depends. Or find a friendly crafter. You are right. You are right.
But how friendly of a crafter are you gonna find is gonna make the mod for Trex for nothing? I mean, as in, he's not going to supply any of the complex, any of the simple.
Whoa!
He won't even buy the equipment. All right. I know for a fact he's not going to provide any of the exoplates because Trex doesn't farm.
Hold on. I have some exos, and I have the complex and the simple.
How'd you get those exos?
By running around doing my stuff, and it just magically pops up in front of me.
Giving them to you. Come on.
No. I was giving a lot of things, but not the exos.
I want you on the game right now. I want you to show me that you've got 18 blue exobytes.
I doubt I have 18. I can say that now. I have some of the mats. That's why I said I have some of the mats. Not all of it. I have simple and I have complex. That's as far as I really go. So yeah, I'm basically running content banking that I can get a piece of gear that will be better than what I'm wearing, and I can upgrade easier. I am not a farmer. My WoW days took me away from farming and the crafting. I'm done with that kind of life. That was so stressful. So stressful. But, yeah, you understand me. You're from my world. I still have...
Very true.
I'm playing WoW now, and I still have nightmares.
I got my gather feats done, and boy, I'll tell you what, I love total recovery kits.
Yeah,
love them.
I love having. I love having my 25,000 gather feet.
Wow.
Yeah, I want another booster bundle sale so I can freaking get more.
There you go.
Not yet. Not yet.
So.
Wait a little bit.
So I want to see a blue mist aura. Blue Nimbus aura in the next one. That's what I want to see because I've got plans for that.
So before we move on, I want to point out since Fire is getting a little bit of touch of the of a little work on its advanced mechanic with the grant with the supercharge regen for 4 seconds when hitting a target as part of the advanced mechanic for Fire. For Flame Cascade and Mass Debt, Soups, your thoughts?
I think it's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't see many people, using them because, the advanced mechanic for Fire kind of blows.
Which is the volatility, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why does it blow for the people who might not know about it?
Well, it's like, all right, just give a quick shout out here to Dark Rain. He's an EU player. Does the YouTube channel and all that. He put out a video. He was like, been talking to him on Twitter and all that. He's asking me what I think about it. I gave him my honest opinions about the advanced mechanic for Fire. And he's like, well, I'm going to try it out and everything. I'm going to see how it does. And he posted up a video saying that there's nothing wrong with the advanced mechanic. It works great, and all that. And I was looking at his loadout, and he wasn't using mass debt. Now, you recall, I'm pretty sure had your ear caught some of the conversation I had with Tanso at SCV Live when I was asking him about the advanced mechanic for fire, because I told him I wanted to show everybody that it's viable and it works and it's good. So I asked Tanso specifically. I was like, what exactly do I need to do with this? And he laid out the steps. Exactly what I had to do. And I've been doing those steps since SOE Live, and I'm here to tell you right now, the advanced mechanic for fire is pitiful compared to the advanced mechanic of other powers, and especially the weapon masteries for other powers. Based around the simple fact that to do exactly what Tunso says, all right, mass debt is supposed to be the bread and butter for the advanced mechanic. However, the damage on it is just it's too erratic.
It's too random.
Damage on that
too random.
It's too random and too erratic. I mean, I'm sitting here right now on the game and looking at my stats. I've got over 7,000 might. Okay, if I've got 7,000 might, a power like mass debt with volatility out should not be doing 5k damage on a boss. Or ads,
especially since especially since you have that 3-second cast time, and you have the risk of being stunned during that cast, where you do 0 damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to mention you have to keep casting powers that keep your volatility up.
Right. Well, now they did make changes with the volatility as far as keeping the volatility up. I don't have to keep it up on the enemies anymore. I can keep the volatility on myself, which is fantastic.
Yeah, you have to keep it on yourself.
Yeah, I can keep it on myself, which is fantastic. So, I mean, I don't have to reset everything up, set volatility up every time we go from one group of ads to another. That's like one of the major complaint points for nature has been having to put their dots out all over again. You have to keep do that. So they did that for fire, which was great.
Yeah.
But the simple fact is, all right, still, all right, just going from one group of ads, all right, we finish off one group of ads, I go over to another group of ads, I throw Flame Cascade out there real quick because that's the fastest power that keeps volatility up. I throw that out there right there, and then I start hitting the mass debt. I may get a crit for like 24k, which is fantastic. But then the next 3 casts, I'm hitting 5Ks or 4Ks, or maybe a 7. It's pitiful. It's needs to be mass debt's damage range needs to be adjusted up. Right? I mean, there's no way. Yeah. Like I said, there's no reason why somebody with 7,000 might, all right, pure might build, all right, with volatility up, there's no reason whatsoever I should be doing less than 12k damage.
I think a good middle ground for fire would be right now. We both can agree that the damage is just way too sporadic. I think a good middle ground would be, say, we adjust fire's mass debt damage to where you obviously need to have volatility. Because that's just that's part of fire's advanced mechanic. We could say that there should be a secondary mechanic to mass debt itself as a power, where you get a charge per cast, and then once that charge meter fills fully, the final mass debt that you cast after that charge meter is full, you get a direct and 100% high hit from mass debt. That way you would know when that next power is going to hit really hard. Just adjust the current mass debts hits to hit a little bit harder, to say or 6 or 7k where it's static, and then when you do have that high charge hit of mass debt, you would always hit around up in the 15k 20ks for once you charge it up all the way. I think that would make more sense for fire. It would make the damage more predictable. It would also make it to where it's more balanced, to where you're not always hitting constant over 10Ks, because I think if you hit over 10K every single time you cast it, it
Well,
could
that's what
lead
EMP
to
does.
some balance issues.
That's what Gadget's EMP does.
Mm-hmm.
Every time the damage is so consistent with EMP, it's ridiculous. And now I'm seeing numbers with like mental and nature and hard light and ice especially. All of them are consistent numbers, vastly more consistent numbers than what fire gas.
Yeah.
So,
well, then it just needs to be
fixed.
Toned up higher, like I said, to where like almost each cast gives you like, in that case, maybe like a 9 to 10K range, and then once you charge up that after like 2 or 3 casts, you hit like a 20 to 30K or something like that, depending on your crit. I think that would make sense to fire, in my opinion, because the idea would be like you're saving heat or something like that after each cast or something like that.
Yeah. Needs something. Mass dat needs to be fixed. Not that it's really broken, but it needs the damage scaling needs to be looked at for it. Because right now, I mean, without volatility, the mass det's garbage. You can't even like just try and do a regular loadout with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I love mass det. That was my bread and butter.
So that's the thing that kills me too. Is like before Weapon Mastery came out, I was doing great numbers with fire and using mass det. And then Weapon Mastery came out, everybody had to adjust their loadouts, and I couldn't use mass det, which was fine. I was doing great. I mean, Weapon Mastery side of fire is great, especially with spontaneous combustion. Spontaneous combustion hits for tons. But, I mean, there's like advanced mechanic, like I said, I mean, I have run raids with 2 sorcery DPS canceling each other out that have beaten me out in damage.
Ouch.
Right? I have run raids with a mental DPS in my league who freaking beats me out by millions. Millions.
Millions?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Weapon
And that's
Mastery
on
mental
live.
players
That's not
are really
test. And with when I was talking to Dark Rain and everything like that, I had to ask him, and I'm not calling you out, Dark, if you're listening or anything like that, but I did ask him specifically. I was like, because in the video that he posted and all that, he showed the scorecard, and his he had the most damage out for that raid. But I was watching and I was looking at the other DPS in the group, and for starters, the ice DPS they had at the beginning switched to tank stance, and the hard light guy, I mean, I'm not a hard light expert, but I've talked to people who are good with hard light, and the hard light guy was using light blast to DPS with, and I didn't see the sorcery guy really doing that much work as far as casting powers. So I had another conversation with him earlier today about it on Twitter. I was talking to him in DMs and all, and he told me he's going to be putting out another video with some follow-up video talking about it. But
what raid did you run?
I Love and War.
Aren't operations kind of hard to gauge in terms of damage, anyways?
They are in a way, because like it's like you're kind of scattered around sometimes. Like it's like your group may find a crystal or a sentinel while you're off somewhere else looking for it, and you'll get there when that ad is maybe half dead already. So yeah, they are kind of hard to gauge, but where is that? Yeah, a good raid or something like that to gauge that stuff out, and it would probably Paradox Way would be a good raid to gauge all that out. Nexus, probably a good one. Definitely not A and B because of the split. You gotta do.
Yeah. Necropolis is probably a decent one.
Yeah, Necropolis, Artifacts.
Artifacts
I don't
is a
know.
split.
Yeah, but I mean, the split for Artifacts isn't nearly as bad as I don't know. Anyways.
All right, so before we go, we haven't had a really, or at least I don't remember. Now that we're like week 3 with DLC 12? Crap, I can't remember the number.
Yep, 12.
Thank you.
12.
With DLC 12, third week out, how you guys enjoying the content?
I'm enjoying the content really good. Michael Grizz got a question for me though.
No, you're not gonna answer that question either.
Yeah, why not?
No.
Why not? Am I supposed to ignore our loyal listeners and watchers?
Listener, yeah.
No?
Yeah. Save it for another show. Save it for next week. Next week we're going to talk about the advanced mechanics for all the powers. So that's going to be a really interesting thing. Yay for that. Ugh. So
I'm really liking the content a lot.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the content. I'm a little annoyed that some of the open world feats are a little bit more grindy than the instance ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm still like I've got all of the alert, duo, and raid feats done, but I'm still working on open world now. And I'm like, what the heck? But I did hit the 200 mark, so I'm happy about that.
excellent.
Oh jeez.
Hit 200,
I'm at
200
like
skill points.
182, I think.
How many you got, Trex?
How many of what?
Skill points.
Oh, I'm actually on my character. Let me actually look. I'm still at 113. I think.
Jeez.
Let me actually see where I am. I'm 50 points from my next skill point. So
Somebody get this guy the necro speed feat. Oh wait, he can't get in there.
I can get into necro ass. I can get into that. Dang it. Anyways,
I think my favorite instance to run out of the whole DLC is Rage and Purity.
Is that the that's you guys' alert on the
Yeah.
inside?
It's my favorite because I usually like to run the part where the person goes into the battery and does their own little solo thing. That's my favorite thing to do.
so I this is my bank, and as you see, I have complex. I have the simple materials. I actually have a lot of simple materials. It's like outrageous.
How can you tell? How can you tell, man? They're scattered all over the place.
Shut up. This is my bank. I don't go to my bank. I don't live at my bank. My bank sucks. At least it has my PvP gear.
Real quick, I gotta say something. Smurf, if you're taking ultras out of League Bank to sell them to repair your gear, no.
As second in command, Smurf, I approve what you do. Good man.
Second in command.
Third in command, finally. So my simple plans are on my main, or my materials are on my main Trex Rage. I actually send all of my exobits to my electric healer, to my alt. So he actually handles everything inventory-wise. He's kind of my bank alt. But I do like electricity healing. It's really fun. So I'm actually trying to go... Oh, I'm already at my bank. Sweet! Open the bank! Wow, it hasn't even loaded yet. Real PC problems.
I can't see it yet.
Okay, yeah. Oh, God. I didn't actually know I had that much stuff over here. So, yeah, I have... See, I got 16. I have 16 of the aggressive, the support, and the fortified. There you go. Actually 17 and 18 support. I have 18 support exabytes. So I'm stockpiled, so to speak. I just really need to get rid of these simple materials. These things are like these are worse than tribbles.
I just kind of delete them now.
Right? You just gotta.
Why do you have FE4 still?
Oh, I ran content and it's just there. I mean, really, it's really just there. Again, I don't go into my bank that often on any of my characters, so I wouldn't be surprised if I have like George Carlin chilling in my bank. I just don't know anymore. The Art Knight got my joke. He. Yes, I am a hoarder. Leave me alone. But you won't find any dead cats in my bank. Ha ha ha. Dead Catwoman. Just put her back in. So that's it for our show tonight. Really happy to be back. Really happy that everyone had a safe holiday while we were off. Next week, Game Update 43 tentative release will be coming out, and next week we're going to be talking about the advanced mechanic changes, the changes and the addition. Some new stuff coming in. Yes, haha. So we're going to talk about those next week, as well as just a nice little Game Update 43 recap when it launches. We're going to have some fun with it. So you can find the DCO SourceCast, all the episodes in audio format over at Trexlight.com or even on iTunes. Type in DCO SourceCast and you'll find us. We're on the iTunes. I don't want to be on iTunes, but apparently iTunes is a thing that people go to. You can, of course, find all the episodes over at Trexlight.com. And you can, of course, find the episodes over at YouTube.com/Trexlight. Find us over on social media at DCO SourceCast or type in just SourceCast on the Facebook and the Twitter. Superpatriot, where can we find you?
You can, of course, find me on YouTube at youtube.com/TheDiceyHouse. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/DiceyHouse. You can also find me on the Twitter, occasionally talking to Jens Anderson, Spittle, and having people butt in and do conversations they got no place to be in at the Daddy's House there on Twitter. You can also occasionally find me streaming in poor quality until I get it figured out why my freaking stream gets all pixelated here on twitch.tv at twitch.tv/the Daddy's House as well. Vagrant, where can we find you?
You can find me in a whole mess of other places, including YouTube with /the Alpha Tester. You can find me at Twitch/Vagrant Gaming. You can find me on Facebook /Vagrant Game. You can find me on Twitter /Vagrant_Gaming. I also get that pixelation problem on Twitch, which is why I haven't really streamed in like forever, because I really don't know how to fix all that. So you're not alone on that one. Soups. Trex, where can we find you?
You can find me over at youtube.com/Trexlight. You can find me also on the Facebook at Trexlight, and especially on the Twitter at This Is Trex. Love the Twitter. Thank you again, Superpatriot. Twitter's amazing. I have a lot of fun. Yay. Every time I say that, I always have to thank him. So... If it wasn't for him, man, if it wasn't for him.
This guy, dude, I remember this guy's like, I don't want Twitter, ew, Twitter, yeah, Twitter. I'm like, dude, you gotta get Twitter, man, come on. Twitter and help that social media outreach and everything.
What's it been?
Now Twitter's the devil. Twitter's the devil.
What's it now, 2 years later, and it's like, I tweet everywhere. I haven't tweeted on the toilet. I'm really happy about that. I'm not sure if I should be happy.
Don't, please don't.
I'm not gonna like take a selfie.
By him saying that he hasn't. All right, that means he has.
I have not. I have tweeted from my bed. I have not tweeted from the anywhere near the bathroom. None of that. That is a sacred bond between me and the toilet, and I don't want the internet to be shared with. That's how I roll. All right, guys. Be sure to follow. Come back over at twitch.tv/Trexlight next week for the DCO SourceCast. We're going to have a great time right after DCO FNL. Go to FNL as well over at twitch.tv/DCUniverseOnline. SJ, Nerd of Prey, is going to be on there next week. Bring questions about voice acting. I know I will. It's going to be so much fun. And just like that, we're out.
See ya.
Bye-bye.